All right, it is 10 o'clock, which means it is time to start. Welcome to Friday Morning Stream, Episode 6. We started this stream because I used to do a radio show on Friday mornings, and I wanted to keep broadcasting. So here we are, Friday Morning Stream, Episode 6, and I think I fixed the buy rate problem, so I don't think we'll be having buy rate issues any longer. Well, welcome to Friday Morning Stream, Episode 6. It is 10 o'clock and 30 degrees here in Portland. And we have a gale watch. What is a gale watch? I think something to do with winds. Gale watch in effect from Sunday afternoon through midday evening, December 8th. Southwest winds, 25 to 35. Okay, just winds is what I thought. Alright, cool. It's finally that time of year again. I don't know why my audio is giving me some issue today. I don't think winter actually starts until December 21st. I might be wrong. Let's check. But for me, I feel like winter's already started. Today's the first day of Hanukkah. For those of you that celebrate Hanukkah, not congratulations, happy Hanukkah. When is the first day of winter? It's not popping up for some reason. I thought it was the 21st. Let's look it up. Google, when is the first day of winter? December 21st. I was absolutely correct. All right? Never. It's like my sophomore year history teacher always said. Always go with your first guess. All right. It is December 21st, but for me, I feel like winter's already kind of started because it snowed 5 days ago and it hasn't melted yet. It's melted a little bit. No, it's not all completely gone. We might lose it all in the next rainstorm, but it's been pretty cold. It also means it's mouse season for those of you that live in Maine, so keep an eye out for those mice. They're small, they're tricky, and they can get in with just a little teeny tiny hole. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. The first thing we're going to talk about is the new Iceberg City Productions logo, so get ready for it in 3, 2, 1. There we go, the new Iceberg City Productions logo. I made it myself, actually. So hope you like it. A lot more simple than the old one, but it's what we're going to be going for from now on. I kind of like its look. So that's what we'll be going for from now on for the new Iceberg City Productions logo. Hope you guys like it. Alright, moving on from that. Let the new logo sink in. It's a beauty. It wasn't easy to make, but it does kind of look like a movie logo. I'm glad you pointed that out. That was sort of what I was going for with it, so I'm glad you noticed that. Thanks, guys. Thank you, people in chat. Prestigious PG asked you for your support. I hope that the audio is coming in okay and not coming in mono again. I think I fixed it so it's stereo now, but I am not sure because I'm not listening to the chat. I'm not listening to the audio. I didn't stream last week. I'm sure you guys noticed. I was sick. I still am a little sick. No, I'm not like sick anymore, but like I'm just exhausted from being sick. So I'm a little all over the place today. But we have a lot to discuss. Most of it was actually what I wanted to discuss last week, but then we didn't stream last week. So I'm just going to try to get through here. But first, Game Awards were last night. Baldur's Gate 3 really cleaned house last night. I never played Baldur's Gate. I know people that have. I kind of want to play it now. It won so many awards, but it's $60, so I'm not going to pay $60 for the game right now. Maybe if it goes on sale, I might buy it. I just can't pay that $60 right now. But yeah, they won a lot. Congratulations to everyone that won. Quick highlight from the things that I remember. Best family game was Super Mario Wonder. Best action adventure game was Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. And Game of the Year was Baldur's Gate 3. There were a bunch of other stuff too. It was tough to remember everything. New information on Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 came out, as well as the official name of it, which I can't remember what it was. Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I'm trying to look it up really quickly. Budokai Tenkaichi 4. What did they name it? They named it last night, and I can't remember what it was called. Sparkling Zero. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi Sparkling Zero. We got a good look at it. We saw Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. We saw Frieza. We saw Broly. So that's pretty exciting to see. All right. Now to go on to what I was going to talk about last week that I didn't. Oh, by the way, we also released another video on our Iceberg City Gaming channel as we play through the Left 4 Dead campaign, Left 4 Dead No Mercy. Check out later today for the second video in the Left 4 Dead series, Left 4 Dead Crash Course, which is the second episode in the Left 4 Dead campaign. We're playing through all of the Left 4 Dead campaign over on Iceberg City Gaming, so go check that out if you haven't. Later today, episode 2, Crash Course, will be uploaded, and I was sick when I did Crash Course, so bear with me. Left 4 Dead is not an easy game to play in advanced mode when you have COVID, and I did, so bear in mind. And the AI weren't helping me either. The AI in Left 4 Dead is absolutely terrible. It's sort of known that the AI in Left 4 Dead is terrible. It's sort of like a joke amongst the community, especially in the first game. It's so buggy. All right, now to talk about what I really wanted to talk about, which was first thing was Pokemon, and the second thing is the fates of Permanent Hiatus. I'm trying to get an image up here that we can. Sounds like Francis complaining. It's true. It does kind of sound like Francis complaining, but the AI are pretty bad in Left 4 Dead. Let me see if I can get a good picture up here to discuss the next topic. I should have been more prepared, but I wasn't because I've been sick. So my brain hasn't been functioning at 100% lately, so I didn't come 100% prepared today. But you know what? That's okay. It means you get to hear me vamp a little bit longer, and vamping is always fun. Did you know? I was gonna say a fun fact, but I don't actually have a fun fact pulled up. I don't have a fun fact ready available in my head for to share with you guys. I'm sure I do if I think about it long enough. I'm just going to keep vamping. What is this Hulk meme? I shouldn't be looking at Hulk memes because I should be focusing on this, but I want to know what this Hulk meme is. Oh, yep, no, not talk about that Hulk meme. It was Peter Griffin Hulk meme. The only Pokemon image that I really have is this one of Jesse and James, or of one of the Battle Frontier, which is not what I was going for. I don't have any images of Pokemon readily available. Here's one. Never fear. Okay, we are going to talk about Pokemon. And what are we talking about Pokemon? The newest game, because let's face it, the newest game is going to be coming out. Not coming out. It's going to be revealed anytime soon. Here's a good picture to focus on. Bam. All right. We'll look at that one for a while. Okay. So obviously, the DLC is going to be coming out soon. I don't own the rights to this image, by the way, people. I'm just showing it. Okay. The DLC Part 2 for what's it called? For Scarlet and Violet's Secret Treasures of Area Zero, whatever it's called, Part 2, the Indigo Disc, is going to be released next week, I think. I don't know. Sometime in early December. We saw a trailer for that yesterday. That's not really what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the fact that we're going to be seeing, or we're going to be getting news of the newest Pokemon game coming up here pretty soon. My guess on Pokemon Day in February, which is February 27th. I pulled that out of my head. Yes, 27th. February 26th is Dragon Ball Z Day. But anyway, I'm sure that on Pokemon Day, we will be getting the next trailer, or at least the drop of what the next Pokemon game is going to be. I guarantee you it's not going to be another DLC for Scarlet and Violet. We'll be getting the information on whatever the next new game is going to be, because that's how they've always done it. They've always released that information on Pokemon Day. They whip those games out really quickly. So I guarantee you, February 27th, we will be seeing information on whatever the new Pokemon game is. Now, why am I mentioning that? Because let's talk about what it might be. Now, a lot of people, I'm not saying I feel like I'm an expert on this topic. I feel like I might be a little bit of an expert on this topic. So, I'm going to say with almost 100% certainty, don't kill me if I'm not right, almost with 100% certainty, we will not be getting Generation 10. We will not be getting are we at Gen 10? Is Paldea Gen 9? I think Paldea is Gen 9. Yeah, Paldea is Gen 9. We will not be getting Gen 10. That will not be the next game. I almost 100% guarantee it. The next game we get is not going to be a next-gen game. It's going to be a remake, and I have evidence to support that. A lot of people have been wondering, is it going to be a Let's Go Meryl, Let's Go Pichu, I don't know, some sort of Let's Go Johto remake, or is it going to be a Black and White 3? Is it going to be an X and Y 2? People are going to wonder what it is. Yeah, I don't think I almost 100% guarantee you it's not going to be Gen 10. And I can almost, with 100% certainty, with my expertise on Pokemon, that it's going to be a remake. And let me talk about my evidence to support the fact it's going to be a remake. Let's look all the way back to the beginning. All right, we start with Gen 1, Red and Blue. Then they made Yellow. That was a remake, right? Then we got Gold and Silver, and then we got Crystal, which was a remake, and then we got Ruby and Sapphire, Gen 3, which is a new game, and then we had Fire Red Leaf Green, which was a remake, and then we had Fire Red Leaf Green and Emerald, which were remakes, and then we had Diamond and Pearl. And then we had Soul Silver Heart Gold and Platinum, which were remakes. So we had a new game, then another remake. Then we had Black and White, which was a new game, then Black 2, White 2, which I'm not going to necessarily say it's kind of a remake, kind of not, because it's technically a sequel to Black and White, but it's also technically a remake. So Black 2, White 2, we're going to call a remake/sequel. So those were a new game, then a sequel. Then we had X and Y, which was a new game, and then we had Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, which was a remake. And then we had Sun and Moon, which was a new game. Then we had Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which was a remake. Then we had, I'm not going to count Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I'm just going to count main series games. And we had Sword and Shield, which was a new game. And then we had Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, which was a remake. Then we had Scarlet and Violet, which was a new game. So if you look at it, throughout all of Pokemon history, it's been new game, remake, new game, remake, new game, remake, new game, remake. Right? I see Astro, you say that you think it's going to be a Johto remix. I really don't think so. You might be right. I'm not going to say you're not because I don't know. But I really don't think it's going to be Johto remakes. It could be, and I could be absolutely wrong. I think if it's going to be a Johto remake, I think it's going to be a Let's Go form of that. But if you look at the way that it's been, every remake, they've been going up. It started with a Gen 1 remake, Fire Red Leaf Green, and then a Gen 2 remake, Soul Silver Heart Gold, then a Gen 3 remake, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I know you're saying Legends Celebi. I'm just talking main series games right now, and the Legends games aren't. So, then Gen 3 Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, then Gen 4 Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So if they're going to go that route, which they have been going when they've been remaking games, it's now time for Gen 5 to be remade. Now, what that's going to mean, is it going to be a Gen 5 remake, or is it going to be a Black 3, White 3 situation? I don't know. Is it going to be Pokemon Gray, which everyone thought was going to happen, but it didn't? So, I don't know. Obviously, I can't give you 100% certainty what it's going to be. But if you look back at the way that they've been doing it, if you look at the history, you look at the track that Pokemon has been doing it, It's been New Game, Remake, and the remakes have started from Gen 1 and have gone up to Gen 4, not including games that aren't in the main series like Let's Go, Pikachu Let's Go Eevee, and Legends Arceus. So if we look at it in that regard, Black and White are the next ones for remakes. Which Black and White were great games, don't get me wrong, and if they remake them, I kind of want them to bring it back to the old way of doing things, where XP share for all isn't a thing, because XP share for all, I feel like it's nice, but it's also made the game way too easy. You used to have to spend hours grinding just to get your Pokemon up to a high enough level to compete. And now you have to worry about now with XP share for all, you have to worry about your Pokemon over leveling too quickly. That was my biggest problem in Scarlet and Violet. And my problems with Scarlet and Violet, I think, are going to be different than what a lot of people had with it. I don't really care about the graphics or anything like that. I commend them for trying something new and doing an open world game. I know a lot of people loved it and a lot of people wanted that. I'm really not a big fan of an open world Pokemon game. I like the way that it's always been. I've liked it being route by route, town by town. I like being able to know which Pokemon were going to spawn on which route. I liked having a set structure in the game. It's just who I am. I just like structure. And I know some people don't, and that's okay. So, I mean, I enjoyed Scarlet and Violet, I did, but I like a little bit more structure. I'm not a big fan of the open world format. And because of that, and because of the XP share for all, your Pokemon over level really quickly. Like, really, really quickly. And that was a problem I was having in the game, because what I was doing was I was doing gym, I was doing a Team Star base, and then I was doing, what were those, the not Alpha Pokemon, whatever they were called, the giant Pokemon. I was doing one of each and then like just doing that in order. The problem was my Pokemon started over-leveling really quickly, and it got to the point where I didn't battle half of the trainers in Paldea because I couldn't. If I did, my Pokemon would have over-leveled and they wouldn't have stopped obeying me because I wouldn't have enough gym badges. So I ended up having to like rush the gyms because my Pokemon started over-leveling really quickly because of XP share for all. And on top of that, I feel like I didn't have enough time to train some of the Pokemon and journey with them, because I would get them, and before I even had a chance to battle with them, they would evolve because I'd get too much XP from XP share for all, and they would just instantly evolve. So I feel like it does have some benefits to it if you're training to complete the Pokedex, but back in the day, you used to really have to grind for it, and I feel like it made your team more worth it, and it made the journey more worth it, because you'd be spending hours training. I would set, I had a set structure of how I would do it. By the 4th gym, all my Pokemon would be level 30. By the 5th gym, all my Pokemon would be level 35. By the 6th gym, then they'd all be level 40. By the 7th gym, they'd all be level 45. And then by the 8th gym, they'd all be level 50. And I wouldn't challenge the gym until all 6 of my Pokemon were at that level, which meant it was a lot of battling wild Pokemon, a lot of battling trainers to get them up that level, but keeping them all on track, training all your Pokemon like that so they're all that same level by the time you go to the gym is going to help you down the line, because you don't want to be that person that ends up at the Elite Four with your starter Pokemon at level 70 and all the rest of your Pokemon at level 20. You want them all to be at the same level, and if you are at level 50 by the 8th gym, and you can go to Victory Road, more than likely your Pokemon are going to be level 55 by the Elite Four. I try to get my Pokemon up to level 60, all of them by level 60 to the Elite Four. If not, that's fine. Level 55 is fine. Even level 50 is fine. If you go to the Elite Four and you have maybe one Pokemon that's level 60 and the rest are like level 50, 51, 52, 53, you're going to be fine, and you're going to thank me for going to the Elite Four with a full team of Pokemon at level 50. If you go to the Elite Four with a Pokemon that's level 70 and the rest of them are level 20, level 30, you're gonna be screwed. So I used to always set it up like that. So sure, it might have been a lot of grinding, but I knew by the time I got to Elite Four, I'd be set. And then you can train on Victory Road too. Those Pokemon drop a lot of XP on Victory Road. So I enjoy that. I kind of wish we could go back to that way. I know they probably won't do that, so I'm not gonna sit here and complain about it. But that's just my personal preference. It's my personal preference. And if they do a Black 3, White 3, a Black and White remake, I kind of want them to do that. Black and White were great games. They were really big games. I remember a lot of people There's a lot of controversy over Black and White because they said, oh, they restarted. You couldn't catch any Pokemon from other regions until after you beat the main game. A lot of people didn't like the new Pokemon they added in Black and White. I liked the Unova Pokemon. I enjoyed Pokemon Black and White. It's a great game. It's a massive game, and it was a hard game. The Unova region is humongous. It's a giant region. It might be one of the biggest regions actually that we've probably ever seen. Sinnoh's pretty big. It's probably just as big as Sinnoh actually, but it's a massive region, and it was a really fun game to play, and. If not, if they would port Black and White over to the Switch. I know they don't really have they don't have DS games on the Switch, but if you want to play Black and White and you haven't, you're gonna have to drop a lot of money because they are really expensive. The games are really expensive. I recently replayed White. I said recently, but that was over the summer, and I had a lot of fun when I replayed it. I forgot how hard of a game it was, though. I really do. Anyway, so those are sort of my predictions for Pokemon Black and White, or the next Pokemon game. I'm trying to get up my next image here, which I should have been doing while I was talking. But anyway, we are getting ready to move on to the next topic, which is... I might get in trouble for this image, but the next topic, which is going to be which is going to be anime related, and permanent hiatus or indefinite hiatus. I don't know how you want to say it. All right, which we're going to be talking about. Why does everything want to save as a web file? Why can't I ever just get a PNG? I just want a PNG. Give me a PNG. Sometimes life can be really difficult for no reason. Let me rephrase that. Sometimes the internet can be really difficult for absolutely no reason. And that's what it's being right now. Because that's the way life likes to work. I'm going to look up PNG. That might make it easier. No, don't fall for the same trick again. I know what's going to happen. Oh, it was a PNG. Would you look at that? Okay. Let me get the next thing up here, which we're going to be talking about, is Boruto. And if it's going to suffer the same fate as Dragon Ball Super. Actually, let me pull up another image first, and then we will go into it. Okay. So we're talking about... Hold on. Let me read the chat first before I move on. Castelia City in HD, that'd be pretty cool. What about in the next game, Ash, Misty, and Brock? That would be cool if they did an anime-related game. I highly doubt it. I really highly doubt it. They've never done an anime-based game before. I mean, I guess technically Pokemon Yellow wasn't anime-based. They based it off of the anime. The success of the anime was why they made Pokemon Yellow. And that's why you start with Pikachu and why you get to catch all the starters. And they kind of did, and that's where Jesse and James are in the game. And that's kind of what they did with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, where they were sort of remakes of Yellow. I feel like that's going to be as close as we're ever going to get to an anime game. I don't think they're going to do it. I really don't. I'm sorry. They've never done one before, so I don't see them doing one now. I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to move on now. I'm pulling up the image here. I have it downloaded. I got to find it. I don't know why my downloads don't just go up to the top of my download folder like they should be. But anyway, here we go. We're going to be talking about... Oh, okay, spoilers. It already showed up. Dragon Ball Super. Let me get rid of this. Where is the... okay, get rid of the Pokemon image here. Dragon Ball Super! Why isn't it returned, and why am I fearing that Boruto might suffer the same fate as Dragon Ball Super, going under permanent hiatus or indefinite hiatus? Alright, let's start by talking about how Dragon Ball Super, the manga is ongoing, right? It's been ongoing since Dragon Ball Super ended in 2018 with the end of the Tournament of Power. It ended in 2018 Japan, 2019 here in the United States in the English dub. As we know, the Dragon Ball Super ended after the Tournament of Power. They haven't released any new episodes of Dragon Ball Super. Again, I don't own this image. Don't sue me. I'm using it to promote your material. Okay, Dragon Ball Super claim done. Back to that video. Okay, Dragon Ball Super has been on permanent hiatus since 2018. There were rumors, all right, that it was going to return 3 times, okay? There were rumors that it was going to return in 2019 after the release of the Broly movie. It didn't. There are rumors of that it was going to return, I feel like it was either 2020 or 2021. It didn't. And then there are rumors that it was going to return in October of 23, this past October, after the Digimon, after Digimon. So it was first going to return after Dragon Quest Dai, I believe, because a lot of the animators for Dragon Ball Super worked on Dragon Quest Dai, and then it was rumored it was going to return after Digimon because Dragon Quest Dai and Digimon Digimon was in the previous Dragon Ball Super time slot, which airs on I don't know, they're either on TV Tokyo or Fuji TV. I think it's Fuji TV. I want to say Dragon Ball airs on Fuji Television. I'm gonna look it up. Did Dragon Ball Super air? Did DBS air on Fuji TV? I want to say it was Fuji TV. It was Fuji TV. I'm pretty sure it was Fuji TV. So we're going to keep saying that it aired on Fuji Television. Dragon Ball Super aired on Fuji Television in Japan. That was the studio that did. And I believe that Fuji TV is what all of Shonen's anime are released on. I don't know. Some of them might be TV Tokyo. I don't know. Japan TV stations. I don't live there. I'm not Japanese. I don't know. I know that Fuji TV is one of them, and I know that I'm pretty sure that's what Dragon Ball is always aired on. So anyway, Geekdom 101. I don't know if any of you know Geekdom 101. He's a YouTuber. He talks about Dragon Ball. He's a big Dragon Ball YouTuber. I get most of my Dragon Ball information I get from him. And he explained it in a video a few weeks ago about why we haven't seen Dragon Ball Super, why it's been rumored all this time, and what's going on. So he really explained it all, and it made a lot of sense. I'm gonna try to explain it a little bit. And again, this is all what I learned from Geekdom 101, so it's all credit to Geekdom 101. I'm trying to get a name up here. That's what I'm looking at. So, I'm going to explain it, but I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. I'm just trying to pull up a name here because I don't want to get the name wrong. For some reason, I can't find his name. Is it Akiya Yoku? I know that's his name. I just want to see how you pronounce it because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Let me look up Dragon Ball Room Staff. Dragon Ball Room Staff. He was... What's his name? He was the guy that was at... Yeah, Akiya Ioku. That's exactly who I was thinking it was. Okay, so Akiya Ioku, who's the guy that was at New York Comic Con. Anyway, so he's the one that I guess said that wanted Dragon Ball Super to return in 2019, but that it didn't. He's sort of, from what I understand, is Toriyama's right-hand man. From what I understand from Geekdom 101. Anyway, so the reason Dragon Ball Super has not returned and has been on indefinite hiatus or definite hiatus, whatever it is because Fuji Television, which is the TV station which Dragon Ball airs on in Japan. This is what Geekdom 101 said. Apparently Fuji Television, for the time slot that Dragon Ball airs, and Dragon Ball is always aired in the same time slot in Japan. I can't remember if it was Saturday morning or Friday night or Saturday. I can't remember what it was. But apparently it's always aired on the same spot. Ever since Dragon Ball came out, way back in the 80s, it's always aired in the same time slot. And I guess that time slot that Fuji TV has, they contract that time slot out, obviously, you know. And I guess the contract for that time slot is... They want a show that's going to last... It's like a 2-year contract, a 3-year contract. It's not a show... It's not a contract for just a year. It's not a contract for just a seasonal anime. You know, some anime only do 12 episodes, some only do 30, some only do 50, right? It's contract for a multi-year anime. And that's how Dragon Ball was, because Dragon Ball was an ongoing long anime series. You had Dragon Ball that had over 100 episodes, Dragon Ball Z that had over 200 episodes, Dragon Ball Super, I think, was 130-something episodes, and 120... DBS episodes. I want to say it was about 130 episodes. Dragon Ball Super. Let me see if I was right. 131 episodes. Really close. So 131 episodes, right? And it took about 2-3 years to make that, right? So that makes sense. It aired on Fuji Television for 2 to 3 years. Now, the reason that, according to Geekdom 101, the reason that Dragon Ball Super has not come back yet is because they don't feel that the manga has enough. The production, Shonen Jump, Shueisha, whatever it is, they don't feel that they have enough manga chapters written of Dragon Ball Super to be able to take that time slot, which makes total sense, right? After the Tournament of Power, there wasn't much written yet, so they wouldn't have had enough. They wouldn't have had anything to animate to put in that time slot. Sure, they could have done filler episodes, but you know how the Dragon Ball fan base feels about filler episodes. I don't really care about filler episodes. I think that would have just meant there'd be more Dragon Ball content. But anyway, they didn't feel like there was enough content to put Dragon Ball Super up during that time, right? That's why it didn't get renewed in 2019 or 2020, whatever. But now what people are talking about is why it's not being renewed now. Why is Dragon Ball Super not coming back now? We have multiple new chapters of Dragon Ball Super written now. You know, back in 2019, 2018, when the Tournament of Power ended, we didn't have that. We had nothing. You know, they had just made the Broly movie. There wasn't much. They had maybe just started working on the Moro arc. But now they have up to, if they wanted to, 4 arcs that they could animate for Dragon Ball Super. And if you think about it, how many arcs were in DB Super? You had Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, Future Trunks. Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, Tournament of Destroyers, Future Saga, and then Tournament of Power. So there were 5 sagas in Dragon Ball Super, technically. But right now they have 4 sagas that they could make into the DB Super if they wanted to continue DB Super. They could, if they wanted to, they could do what they did with Battle of Gods and Resurrection F and make an anime adaptation of Dragon Ball Super Broly. However, I don't think they will because technically Dragon Ball Super Broly is canon, I believe. It's a canon movie. It actually takes place in the timeline, so I don't think they will break up Broly and make it into anime episodes. But they could. You know, that is just evidence that, you know, they could do that, right? That's a saga they could do. They have the Moro arc completely written in the manga, which I know a lot of people want to see animated, including myself. I really want to see the Moro arc animated. It was really, really cool. You have some really cool new characters. You got Moro, Miris. You have, oh my gosh, what's that guy's name? He kind of looks like Hit/Cooler, but he's like a robot. I can't remember what his name was. It was like 5'3", 5'7", 5'3". I can't remember what it was. You get the entire gang joining the Galactic Patrol to team up to fight off Moro, the planet eater. Like, you got all these cool fights. You have Master Ultra Instinct Goku, Vegeta training with the Yardratians. Like, you have all this cool stuff that happens in the Moro arc that would be awesome to be animated. So that's 2 arcs that they have done. They have the Granola arc finished now on the manga. I'm still reading the Granola arc. I'm not 100% caught up with the Granola arc. I know what happens because spoilers are everywhere on the internet. And I'm a Dragon Ball content. I like Dragon Ball content, so of course I know it all. If you don't want to know, I'm going to spoil it. So spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Go away if you don't want to hear it. You know, we have the Granola arc, which has more awesome things in it. You have, you know, Goku, you have Ultra Ego Vegeta, Black Frieza, Granola, Gas. You know, you have all these really cool characters that are in the Granola arc. So that's 3 arcs of Dragon Ball Super they could have made. And the manga, actually, in the manga for Dragon Ball Super, they did Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I haven't read the Dragon Ball Super Superhero chapters of the manga yet, so I don't know if it's different than the movie. You know how in the anime, when they did the Battle of Gods anime adaptation and the Resurrection F anime adaptation of the 2 movies, they changed it from the movie. They changed from the movie what happens in the anime, so it's a little bit different. You know, like how the Battle of Gods, Bulma's birthday party is at her house in the movie. In the anime, in Dragon Ball Super, the Battle of Gods,
anime adaptation, the Bulma's birthday party takes place on a boat. Like, they changed things up a bit. So I don't know if in the Dragon Ball Superhero chapters of the manga they changed it up a little bit from the movie. I'm sure they did. I know that they had like a high school saga with Goten and Trunks in high school. Again, I haven't read that far yet, but I know that they have. So it's a little bit different. So there's a fourth saga that they could potentially animate for Dragon Ball Super. They have 4 sagas that they could do and turn into Dragon Ball. I think that that's plenty of content. I think it's like 100 chapters or something. I think there's plenty of content right now that they could turn into Dragon Ball Super. They could make another season of Dragon Ball Super. Again, I'm not the Dragon Ball team. I'm not Shueisha. I'm not Shonen Jump. I'm not Toei Animation. I don't get to make these calls. I'm sure that they're doing it for a reason. I'm sure they're not animating them for a reason. I'm sure they want more content. I think that Dragon Ball Super is taking like a year break or something. I can't remember what it was. Or because they just finished a superhero saga, and I know they're gearing up, I guess, for another saga. But I don't know what it is, and I think I heard a rumor that they're taking a little break for a little bit. All right, so now moving on from Dragon Ball. The chat is delayed from what I'm talking about, so I think if you guys are asking questions, it comes up either after I'm talking about it or before. Moving on to the next thing, which a lot of people are wondering, okay, Dragon Ball Super isn't coming back. We know that. Then why are they doing Dragon Ball Daima? Why is Daima happening? Let me get up. Where is it? What? Why are my downloads being... Why is my downloads not cooperating with me? Here we go. Let's get up the next image here. My vamp music here. The next thing we're talking about, Dragon Ball Daima. There we go. Dragon Ball Daima. Why is Dragon Ball Daima? Again, I do not own this image. I'm using it to pretty much promote your own. I'm pretty much using it to promote Dragon Ball. So, please don't cancel me, Toei Animation. Okay, here we go. Dragon Ball Daima. Here we have little Goku. Why is Dragon Ball Daima happening and not Dragon Ball Super Season 2? Again, all of that stuff that I said about Dragon Ball Super, the time slot, Fuji TV, all of that whole theory, I learned that from Geekdom 101. I don't want to take credit for that. That's information I heard from him. If you want more in-depth information about that, go check out Geekdom 101. Okay, Dragon Ball Daima. Why is Dragon Ball Daima happening and not Dragon Ball Super Season 2 or continuation of Dragon Ball Super? This is what I understand, right? Dragon Ball Daima, this coming year, 2024, is the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball. That's a really, really long time. 40 years is a long time. And Dragon Ball Daima, from what I understand, is a special anime that is being made in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, and Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, is going to have a lot of input in Dragon Ball Daima, from what I understand. You know, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, does not write the episodes for Dragon Ball Super. He did not write the scripts. He doesn't do that. He's not heavily involved with it. He was heavily involved with Superhero, right? He's heavily involved with Daima. So, I mean, I know a lot of people were disappointed by, Daima not being super... a lot of people were upset about it. I'm not, The way that I feel and the way that I think Dragon Ball fans should feel is we're getting more content. Okay, maybe it's not Dragon Ball Super Season 2. We don't know if Dragon Ball Daima takes place in the Dragon Ball Super timeline, if it's to that canon. We don't know, right? But the way that I feel is that we're getting new Dragon Ball content. And I'm excited for that. And I'm really excited to watch Dragon Ball Daima. I think it's going to be cool. I know people think it's going to be GT. I don't think it is. I think that, sure, they're borrowing some things from GT. They're borrowing some ideas from GT, Kid Goku. But Kid Goku is not the Goku being turned into Kid. As we see, Goku's not the only one that's going to be turned into a kid. And from what I understand is that it's not just going to be a short-time anime. It's going to be more than one saga. So maybe we have a saga of Goku as a kid, and then he changes back and does something else. I don't know. We don't know much about it yet, except for that one trailer we saw at New York Comic Con. But personally, I'm excited for Dragon Ball Daima, and I really hope that you guys give it a chance. That's my Dragon Ball Daima spiel. Alright, back to DB Super real quick. I said something earlier about how maybe the superhero manga will be different than the anime, different than the movie. It is, as I mentioned, because there's the, I know that there's the high school part, but the Dragon Ball Super manga is actually very different from the anime. Not, I'm not going to say very different, but there are differences. And that's because, from what I believe, is they make differences from the manga to the anime to try to, spruce it up for people that read it and watch it, so that people that sort of engage in both forms of media, both forms of content, the manga and the anime, they differ a little bit. Some examples in the manga of the Tournament of Destroyers, I don't believe Goku ever goes Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10 like he does in the anime. I think he just goes Super Saiyan God. In the Tournament of Power manga, Goku does not defeat Kefla in the Tournament of Power manga. Gohan defeats Kefla in the Tournament of Power manga, but it takes up all of Gohan's energy, and he is eliminated from the tournament. So it changes. There's some differences in the anime and in the manga. And it's to sort of keep it so that people, from what I understand, the reason they do that is so that people that engage in both content, both the manga and the anime, have some differences, and they're not just watching the manga take place in the anime. So there are a little bit of differences. All right. Now, moving on to, why am I talking about all this? Why did I talk about all this is for a reason, okay? And it's because I think Boruto Naruto The Next Generations I hope it doesn't have the same fate as Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball Super hiatus, but it probably will. And I'm going to explain about, there's no secret about it. Dragon Ball, Boruto is already on permanent hiatus. They have not animated any new episodes of Boruto, I think, since last year. However, the English dub is not caught up. That's why I'm saying it's not yet, because technically the English dub is still getting new episodes when they're not actually animating new episodes in Japan. I'm gonna show another image here. Boruto Naruto The Next Generation. This is I'll get rid of Dragon Ball Super. This is Boruto. This is the next. This was just released, which is Boruto Set 16, The Funato War. 24 episodes. I have it. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. This entire DVD, all these 24 episodes here it's a filler saga, but it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. You have Kawaki, Sarada, Boruto, Mitsuki. You have Kagura. Why can I not remember what the name of that kid was? He was really strong. Oh my gosh, what was his name? Whatever his name was, he was a main character in it. Anyway, this was the latest Boruto Naruto The Next Generations DVD that came out. What was I getting to at this point here? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't think Boruto airs on TV. I think it's direct to streaming and direct to DVD. I know it used to stream on TV. I don't think that it airs on TV anymore. Why am I bringing this up? Anyway, this is Boruto Set 16. This was the most recent content that we have in the most recent content that Boruto has given out. Again, please don't sue me. I'm using this to promote your own material. TV Tokyo, please don't. Anyway, so that had up to, I believe, episode... Oh my gosh, what was it? Episode... I'm looking it up right now, I'm sorry. Episode 255. It goes up to episode 255, okay? Dragon Ball Super not Dragon Ball Super. Boruto Naruto The Next Generations has 293 episodes. So, not that many episodes left. 255, 293. That's what, 30-something episodes? Let's do this here. Okay. 293 minus 255, 38 episodes. There are 38 episodes left in Boruto. The way that they've been doing these Boruto episodes, right? The Boruto DVDs they have been, the first couple DVD sets they released of Boruto, I think only had 13 episodes in them. The more recent ones, they've been doing them in big chunks, like 24 episodes. Because of that, they release, 6 months at a time. But now we have 38 episodes left, and they've been doing it in, they've been releasing DVDs in 24 episode DVDs. Now, I don't think they're going to do set 17, the next set, I don't think is going to be 24 episodes, because then there wouldn't be enough episodes left for the next set. So it's either going to be 2 DVD sets with 19 episodes apiece, because that's 38 and 38. 38 divided by 2 is 19. So that means we'll have 2 DVD sets with 19 episodes each, or 2 DVD sets, or they'll just do one big DVD set for the last 38 episodes. And if that's the case, we probably won't get it until like March or May. Or they'll do 2 more. One for the Sasuke Reistuden, I don't even know how you pronounce it. Because I haven't gotten to that part. The Sasuke I'm looking it up. I have it. I literally was just looking at it. Maybe they'll probably do 2 arcs. Maybe they'll do one with the Sasuke Reistuden arc, and then one of the Code arc. I don't know. I really don't know. Again, I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm not TV Tokyo. I'm not whatever the company is. TV Tokyo. A Crunchyroll. No. Viz Media. I'm not Viz Media. I don't know. But what my main point is not a lot of episodes of Boruto. There's not a lot of episodes of Boruto left. And there's a reason because of that. And the reason because of that, let me get my next image up here. The reason that there aren't a lot of episodes of Boruto left is because, well, it's a really easy answer. There's no more manga left. Boruto reached the end of their manga, and now they're getting ready for the next. Well, I think they've already started the next manga, the sequel. So you know how Naruto, the sequel to Naruto was Naruto Shippuden. Now they're working on the Shippuden for Boruto, which is Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, which I just pulled up the logo for. Again, I'm using this for promotional, for you, not for me. Please do not sue me. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, right? Which is the Shippuden for Boruto. They just started the manga of this, I believe. I can't remember when it was. Maybe, was it last spring? Was it in the summer? I can't remember when they did. But I do remember when they first released the first chapter, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. I think it was the most read manga chapter in the world that week. Anyway, they just started writing the manga for this. That means it's a long way from having anime content. Look at Dragon Ball Super, for example. We have 4 sagas, 100 chapters of Dragon Ball Super written they can animate, and they haven't, because Toei doesn't feel that they have enough episodes yet. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex just started writing their manga, so they're nowhere close to that many chapters. So that means it's going to be a long time until the Boruto anime comes back, when they come back with Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. So I'm afraid it's going to reach the Dragon Ball Super indefinite hiatus mark, because I think Boruto would have kept going with filler episodes, but I think a lot of the fans didn't like that they kept doing filler episodes. I know there was a lot of complaining about the filler episodes, and I saw something online where the reason Boruto ended was because of filler episodes. So we could have still had Boruto content, I guess, but people didn't want filler episodes. I don't know, don't quote me on that, I'm not an expert. But anyway, they don't have enough written for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex yet. Turn that off, let me bring back this image. Nope, wrong image. This image. I got too many images on here now. So Boruto 2 Blue Vortex doesn't have enough written yet for Boruto to continue, which means it'll be a while probably once we see the end of Boruto in the English dub. It'll be a while before we see any new Boruto animation. I was kind of hoping that by the time the English dub caught up to the end of Boruto, that they would have started animating 2 Blue Vortex, but I think I didn't realize how close we were to the end of Boruto in the English dub, so I don't think that we will. I think the English dub will catch up sooner than the English dub will catch up sooner than 2 Blue Vortex will be animated. I think that the English dub is probably almost finished. They've probably almost finished dubbing Boruto. They might already have, but they're probably really close to it. So I don't know, obviously. but I have a feeling that it might meet the same fate as Dragon Ball Super, and it's going to be a long time until we see any new Boruto content. I know there were people that didn't. There are some people that don't enjoy Boruto. I like it. It's more Naruto content. I like the world of Naruto. I enjoy it. I enjoy watching Boruto. So I think that I'm excited to watch more of it. I'm excited to see Two Blue Vortex, where it goes from there. Again, it's going to be a long time, I think, before we see that. But that's just sort of the way it is. We need to remember, if things were being pumped out really quickly, we would have problems like Dragon Ball Super Episode 3. The infamous Dragon Ball Super Episode 3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm probably not going to put up an image. I'm not gonna put up the image. But look it up. Look up Dragon Ball Super Episode 3 animation. Bad animation error. And there is some really awful. They like massacred Goku. Dragon Ball Super Episode 3 animation. If you look it up, look up Dragon Ball Super Episode 3 bad animation, and it'll show you. You don't want things rushed. I don't know if it was. I can't say that it was rushed. I don't know, but it's sort of historically funny at this point, and it's sort of an internet meme how bad the animation was in that in Dragon Ball Super Episode 3. I'm looking at the pictures. I forgot how funny they were. Goku Super Saiyan 3 being like Goku Giga Chad, and it was funny. It was funny. And it made for a good meme. But we don't want things rushed, obviously, and the poor animators. Animating takes a long time. It takes a long time. I know. And Spider Queen isn't even animated. And even the stuff they do for Spider Queen takes a long time, and it's one of me. Imagine a whole staff of people doing actual animation. It takes a long time to produce, and it costs a lot of money to produce a single episode of an anime. So we don't want them to rush it. Anyway, that's sort of all I really had to talk about today. I know I talked about actually a lot in this stream, but that's it. That's all I really got that I can leave you with here. Pokemon Horizons, the new Pokemon, the English dub for the new Pokemon anime. What was it? February 27th. I think it comes out. I think it comes out Pokemon Day. Pokemon Horizons. English dub. When they just said. I just saw it. February 23rd. It releases February 23rd. I urge you guys to try it. Try it. I know a lot of people. Ash Drew, you just looked up Dragon Ball Super episode 3. Yeah. Would I ever make a live action Spider Queen movie? That would be cool. But it would have to be done right. I wouldn't want it to be like Dragon Ball Evolution. What was I just talking about? Pokemon Horizons. Give it a chance. Alright, give it a chance. I know some people are maybe put off by the fact that it's new, that Ash and Pikachu aren't in it. Give it a chance. I really urge you to give it a chance, because you don't know if you're gonna like it if you don't give it a chance. And from what I've heard from people that have watched it in Japanese, that have watched the Japanese dub of, or just the Japanese version of Pokemon Horizons, is that people have loved it. People have really liked it. They said that the story is really good, the characters are really good. Sure, it's not going to be the same without Ash, but you need to be able to move on, and you need to be able to try something new. You really need to be able to try something new. And people have really loved it and have really enjoyed it. So I think it's important to give it a shot. Actually, a new episode of Pokemon Horizons came out today. I just saw that. Anyway, or is coming out today. It might not be released yet. I urge you to give it a chance. Give it a shot. And from what I've heard rumors that Ash actually makes an appearance in Pokemon Horizons. I don't know if that's true, but I've seen the screen capture. But it also could have just been a fake screen capture that someone made. But I have heard rumors that Ash, Pikachu, and Jesse, James, and Meowth, and Wobbuffet make a return in Pokemon Horizons. So I guess you're just going to have to watch it to see if that's true or not. But give it a shot. I really urge you all to give it a shot. It wouldn't be fair to all the people that have been working really hard to make the anime to not give it a shot. I'm going to watch it, and I think I'm going to really like it from what I've heard. So give it a shot, please. I beg you, give it a shot. All right. That's done. That's everything. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Happy December. Happy Friday. Stay warm. Actually, I know many parts of the country are pretty warm. Apparently, we've had like a record-breaking heat this summer. Although we didn't in Maine. Maine was actually relatively cool this summer. We had a relatively cool summer here, and it's been relatively cold. It's been like 21 all week. Although I think it's 30 today. I said, so it's been relatively cold here. But for the rest of you, I would say stay warm. But I know the rest of you are probably already warm because it's probably like 60 degrees wherever everyone else is. Maine's just not like that. All right. Anyway, take care, everybody, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. What's next Friday? Next Friday is Friday, December 15th. I should be around. I should be here next Friday for episode 7 of the Friday morning stream. I appreciate you guys continuing to tune in for the Friday morning stream. It means a lot to me. I kind of wanted to keep broadcasting after I stopped being a radio DJ. So, enjoy. Have a great weekend, everybody. And check out those Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Dialga and Palkia raids, as well as getting that shiny Lucario and Darkrai through Mystery Gift. Those are only available for a limited time, so make sure you do it. Make sure you get on those, or they're going to be gone. Do them before they're gone. Or you're going to be really sad. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you don't care. But make sure you get to those while you can, because it would really stink if you end up missing out on getting the Darkrai, the shiny Lucario, and the Dialga and Palkia. And I guess the release of the Indigo Disc is coming up real soon. So everyone, take care. I will be doing a deep dive of the Indigo Disc once it's done. Looking to see if maybe there are some hints onto what the next game is. Sometimes they throw some hints in there. They sort of throw some hints at you on what the next game's going to be. They used to do that in the anime all the time. And it always used to be Jesse and James. Jesse and James and Meowth. Team Rocket used to always drop hints at the next game or at the next anime. And it started back, I want to say it was in Battle Frontier. They mentioned something about, like, they want lots of diamonds and pearls or something. And then at the end of Diamond and Pearl, I think it was either Jesse or James said, "Oh, don't be so black and white." And then I can't remember what they did in Black and White for X and Y. I can't remember what it was. They did something. And then in I know in at the end of X and Y, they dropped like a Soul Rock and Lunatone keychain for Sun and Moon. And what did they do in Sun and Moon for... I don't know if they did anything in Sun and Moon. Anyway, I'm just vamping at this point. Have a great weekend. Wow, we almost went for a whole hour. I guess I really did have a lot to talk about. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next time.